Sky's Greg Milam reports from Texas, where he's witnessed an active shooter training exercise designed to prevent the events we saw in Uvalde.
It is a sad reality in America that exercises like this in a mock classroom are so essential. Responding officers training how to tackle a gunman. This centre, which sets the national standard for dealing with active shooters, is just 100 miles from Uvalde. The police admission that they got it wrong in waiting to confront the gunman at the Robb Elementary School has raised the possibility that their decision cost lives. Police in Uvalde say they were trained, but it's clear something went catastrophically wrong. With 2 decades of experience in SWAT teams, John Curnutt says that shouldn't have happened.
You've been in that situation. What do you think went wrong on Tuesday?
I understand why it was difficult, what they were put into, the situation they were put into. But I understand that we know enough about these incidents that we should be training for stuff like this. The plan A doesn't work. What's the plan B, C, D? We have to have these capabilities. It's required of us. Winston Churchill once said, "Sometimes doing your best isn't good enough. Sometimes you must do what is required." I sense, as a country, that this is a watershed moment for a lot of people. Every single one of these is a watershed moment for us in this business. Every single one of these breaks our heart and chews up our soul just a little bit each time this happens. And we want to make sure that if we can't prevent them, we're darn sure going to respond to them to the best of our ability.
Ultimately, it was Salvador Ramos who was responsible for what happened on Tuesday, but his actions have raised so many questions for America. The president, among those who need to provide the answers.
As I speak, those parents are literally preparing to bury their children. In the United States of America, to bury their children. There's too much violence, too much fear, too much grief. Let's be clear. Evil came to that elementary school classroom in Texas.
He'll travel to Texas to show support for the community of Uvalde and the families of those who died, to a small town now forever associated with an appalling act of violence and another moment of reckoning for this country. Greg Milam, Sky News, Texas.